Hey guys, back on our video, and today we're going to be talking about the greatest promo card in Scarlet and Violet history. And really quick before the video starts, I did make a Discord server. I will leave the invite down in the description and comment section, so feel free to join, and let's get started. You might think the greatest promo card is the Eevee, the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, sitting at $111 and $600 in the PSA 10, but no, it's not. You might think it's a Charmander from Obsidian Flames, sitting at $250 and $3,000 in the PSA 10. However, this is not it either. You might think it's a Snorlax, sitting at $250 raw and $1,400 in the 10. However, it's not this card either. You might think it's the Team Rocket Swabafate, sitting at basically $200 raw and $800 in the PSA 10, $750 in the PSA 10. However, it's not this card either, and this card's been blowing up. We're gonna have a video on this card tomorrow, or within the week. I'm gonna make a video on this. And on a quick side note, these two cards have been blowing up also, the Koraidon and Miraidon. So look out for these two Elite Trainer boxes. Yes, they blew up recently also, but you know, these probably go to $500 pretty soon. And let's talk about the greatest card. It is the Pikachu with Great Fell Hat. You know, it's the Van Gogh Pikachu, and this card is going for $800. And when this card released, you can literally buy any item on Pokemon Center, and you would get this card as a promo with it. You can buy the sleeves, you can buy the decks, any card, and you just get one of these with it. I forgot how long the sale lasted, but you can literally get as many of these as you wanted. And for a point, they were selling at $90. Like, you can buy for $90, and now it's selling for $800. That's the lowest listed, and the last sale was $700. And just a week ago, let's see, in 1 month it went up 11%. Well, it was 1 month ago, it was $455. Now it's sitting at $800. So that's almost like a 70% gain in a month for a card with so many out there. You know, there's at least 200,000 of these out there, in my personal opinion. And if you take a quick look on eBay, it's listed for the same price, $750, $1,000, $750. Well, this one's a 9. $17.94 in a PSA 10. $950, $1,000, $740, $947. And I do watch a lot of vendor POV videos, and those are one of my favorite videos to watch. And I think about 2 months ago or a month ago, this card in a PSA 10 was going for $900 to $1,000, and it was selling like butter. So that should have been my sign to, you know, buy this card. But I wasn't really buying singles then. I was mainly buying sealed to invest into. But wow, and in a raw copy, this card was going for $300 a month ago when I was watching vendor POVs a month or two ago. And let's take a quick look at sales on eBay. The promo card raw sold for $850. You know, it comes in the plastic, and $750. This $4 for this Charizard. Kind of crazy card. 700. So it kind of spiked up. You know, one guy sold for 500. Does it look like a PSA 10? Let's see. I can't really tell that well, but this is probably not gonna 10. So yeah, this guy sold for $500 on September 19th, and on the 21st, it's going for $800. So whoever bought this for 500 got an insane deal. Well, sold on the 14th. So in a week, it went up $200, basically $300, which is pretty insane. And let's check it out in a PSA 10. So how many buy it now are there? There's 128 buy it now, and $3,000, 60,000, 3,000, 2,300, 3,500. 1794. So this is pretty. Ooh, okay. So I will not buy this because they graded the plastic around it, the plastic seal around it, not the, what's that called? Not the card itself. So please do not buy this copy if you're looking to buy it. Yeah, when you submit the card with the plastic on it, PSA is not grading the card, they're grading the plastic. So do not buy this listing. I was gonna buy it until I saw the plastic, so avoid this listing. So yeah, I was wondering why this is so cheap, but yeah, 2,500 seems like the baseline floor. 2,400, and I remember this card was going for $1,000 in those vendor POV videos, and people were talking about how it was still overpriced at that point, and this card just continuously goes up. it is pretty crazy. And I thought it was possibly overpriced too, because there were just so many of these out there. So this card is proving that pop report literally does not matter as long as the card is iconic and it's a Pikachu. You know, how much more iconic can it be? And I did have a couple of these before. I had like 3 of these that I did sell away at $200 to buy sealed products, and I am kind of regretting it. However, none of my 3 copies were PSA 10 contenders, even though there are a lot of PSA 10s out there. I'll take a quick look right now. Oh, these are sales. Let's take a quick look at PSA 10. So this is a sold listing, eBay. It tells you the PSA 10 pop report. There are 42,000 PSA 10s, basically 43,000, and there are 91,640 graded. And you know, all 3 of mine were PSA 9 contenders. And even with 43,000 PSA 10s out there, this card is still selling for $2,100. You know, this sold for $2,100, and people are buying it for $2,100, $2,300, $2,400, $2,500, $2,300. And quick example, if you just take a quick look at Obsidian Flames. Okay, right here. Pull it up here. This card. Oh, okay. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me just copy this. PSA 10. This card is selling at $3,000 since it has a pop report of 618. 618 out of 6,000. That's almost like, that's basically 12%. And this card, that's why this card is worth so much. However, this card has a pop report of basically like 50%, and it's still selling for $2,500. And anyone could have gotten this card. You know, you could literally buy anything on Pokemon Center. So it's not like this card was insanely scalped. So yeah, this card, you know, props to you if you still own this, or if you invested into this card, you are up massive. You know, can this card go up further? You know, why not? You know, if it can go from $1,000 to $2,300 in 1.5 months, who's to say it doesn't hit $5,000? And if it does, you know, I don't really know. That means a raw copy would be going for around $1,000. And let's just see. This market is crazy, and I will catch you guys next time with investment videos. Just want to talk about this card that's been exploding in value, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.